Welcome everyone. Today we have 15 new glitches for Super Mario Maker 2. Today we have a door that clips you into red blocks and some shenanigans following with that. We have a Bowser that's T-posing and stuck in that position, frozen, and other things with that too. We have a really sweet horizontal flying machine that creates awesome visual effects. We show a Moonwalking Goomba, which is pretty sweet, and much, much more. Please be sure to like the video, and let's dive in. Glitch number 1, this cannon is going to fire a shell out, which is going to get lifted by these sideways springs, and it's going to get trapped halfway into that launcher, which is kind of cool. And also, it hits 2 note blocks. Why would it hit 2 note blocks at varying paces? That's weird. Glitch number 2, we're going to place Toad in a specific position, and when I do that, he will either clip through this one way right here, or clip through the semi-solid right here. So, first I'm going to place Toad right in this exact position using the A button. He will drop down on the note block and start bouncing. The mushroom, when it hits you, is actually going to pop you above the one way. So you're stuck there, and now you're not stuck there. Now the next case, I'm going to place Toad right in the middle of this situation right there, between those 4 blocks. When I start the scene, I hold right. And for some reason, in this exact position, precisely, the note block will be above me and start hitting my head. All I have to do is mash jump, and I will get through that semi-solid. Glitch number 3, we've used this device to clip enemies through note blocks, but did you know that we can actually do this to clip Mario through, or like small Link right now? So I'm going to run into here and just hold right, and as you see, nothing really happens because the note block gets bouncy and keeps on getting hit. If I hold left, I will stop hitting the note block, and the flower will push me right through the note block, forcing me to get the power up above it and proceed with the level. Glitch number 4, I'm going to jump into this little gap over here where this one way is. The spring falls and traps me into this little tile. Or does it? I'm going to start holding down and just stabbing this note block, and eventually it will clip me through that semi-solid and into the sunset. Glitch number 5, this one happens very quickly. The Bowser is going to get thrown up through this slope because Nintendo and hyperspeed rules and whatnot. And when he does, he's going to clip through all of these items as if they do not exist. So, you guys ready for this? Let's start the scene. Woo! Right through. None of it exists. Glitch number 6, these slopes are going to create hyperspeed with these cannons yet again. And in these cases, with all of this mess in between the cannons and the end of their line, they're going to create some interesting hyperspeed setups. The left one is a Hyper-Vibrate that goes vertical, and the right one over here is a Hyper-Vibrate that goes horizontal, kind of like diagonal. Check it out, I start the scene. This one is straight vertical, and then this one is horizontal, so this one will actually mess with our momentum. Glitch number 7, so there's lots of different little shenanigans that happen when there's a red block underneath the door, and then there's a normal block to the top right of the door. When I go into this door right here, it's actually going to clip me into that red block a little bit for some reason. Now if I hold run and press right, he will actually get stuck in this duck state, and you won't be able to get through that little semi-solid gap. If I tap right, however, if I tap it, he will actually clip underneath it like that. So that's a cool little setup. If I take this red block and put it to the side of this, now this will automatically clip you through that, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. So if I hold left, like this, I will get stuck there, but I'll clip through. And if I just let it happen, if I don't do anything after the door, it'll shoot me through as well. The only way to force a different behavior when I exit this door is by holding down. If I hold duck, it'll clip me and then shoot me straight back up, and I'll be able to get through this little gap. So that could be an interesting troll as well. If I place a one-way to the left side of this door like this, and I enter the door, it will actually create a Toad Hyper-Vibrate, where I will just sit here and Hyper-Vibrate. There's nothing really interesting with this. If I hold left, he stops vibrating, and if I press down, he clips into this little gap. Otherwise, Hyper-Vibrate. Glitch number 8, so this muncher is going to travel up through this slope and create a Hyper-Vibrate setup. Why this is relevant here is because this wiggler right here is going to lose his mind when all of that happens. Check this out. You go into a mass booty blasting setup right here where he gets all nutty. The wiggler is hyper-vibrating kind of intermittently. Now if I jump on him, he goes even faster through his little process. He's an angry bird, isn't he? Look at him go. Glitch number 9, with this little setup, we're going to create some interesting behaviors with Bowser. I'm going to place him right about here. Place Toad right here with a block above this spring right here. Bowser is going to get into a little bit of a T-pose where he just gets stuck there, suspended in animation. Never seen that before. Now, if I put a red block right here above the spring, Bowser will clip up and out of that situation. If I put another red block here, he will not get free. Instead, he will wiggle like that, like he's dancing at a club. If I put a cannon here instead, like that, a launcher, Bowser will do like a non-suspicious setup where he just bounces against the wall like that infinitely, which is pretty strange as well. Let's try one more situation. Say if I put a bunch of cannons here, he will get destroyed, killed, dead instantly. Wabaim. Very funny stuff. Glitch number 10, we're going to create a horizontal flying machine, and then we're going to stack a whole bunch of enemies inside of one gap in the flying machine, and while we do that, it creates some interesting visuals, some interesting glitchy effects. So let's go into this door real quick. Wait for the flying machine to take off. It flies us pretty fast. Look at those chain chomps and how glitchy that is. They will actually stay together for quite a while before they break apart. Now we're going to create an interesting effect with flying podoboos. So let's see what this looks like now. Looks super cool. And then when it gets to the end, they will still stay together. They don't break apart because they don't have collision with each other. So it just creates a really cool visual effect. Using this twister, we can also play around with podoboos on a parachute. And I guess anything else that's on a parachute. But this looks really cool, especially when we get to the end. Check this out. It's like a dragon tail or fireball or something. It looks really sweet. Glitch number 11. This little Goomba right here is going to hit us at the exact time that he starts turning around. And when that happens, he will start to moonwalk. Check this out. He starts trying to come back, but he just can't do it until he gets all the way over there. Past his aggro. Glitch number 12. There is a P-switch inside of this hidden block right here. The spike ball activates a hidden block, and when that happens, the P-switch is going to get merged into the hidden block because of that block that's 1.5 to the right. So what can you do with this? Well, you can reach over here and grab it out from that little gap where you wouldn't be able to do it otherwise. That's kind of cool, but not much else. Glitch number 13. When a Thwomp goes down and falls onto a spring, it's supposed to just bounce back up, right? With this setup, it's not going to. It's actually just going to squeeze the spring out to the side, which is odd behavior. Glitch number 14. This is yet another inaccessible checkpoint. And we haven't done one of these in a while because, well, there's so many and it's repetitive. However, this one's quite cool. Because it looks like you can grab it. It's like right there, but you can't get it. It's barely even covered. And the orb of the checkpoint is the only thing that's touching the cannon, and yet you still cannot grab the checkpoint. Glitch number 15. How much of this clown car actually has a hitbox and can hurt you? You'd be surprised to know that not much of it, actually. So I'm going to place P-Balloon Mario, or Toad, right here, and just start the scene. You're going to see that we go all the way up to the top of the clown car. We are halfway into the Thwomp, and we still do not take damage. It's very interesting how that works. It seems the only block above the clown car is the place where you actually take damage. But everything below a clown car, you do not. You are safe.